Personally, I don't track my macronutrients. I really just care about my overall calories.
Now, I will be honest with you, those macros, just saying them out loud, sound a little bit off to me.
I'm gonna be so pissed. Say something.
There's the reason why I haven't worked out that guy in like weeks.
What is going on, guys? It is Joe, and welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. Welcome back to another installment of this prep series. Today I woke up at 169.6 pounds. Anyways, I'm sub 170 pounds right now. It's the third time I've actually weighed in at that weight. So my weight is just creeping on down, which is nice. And we are definitely getting leaner by the week. However, right now we have a little bit of a pre-workout meal going down. We have 4 rice cakes, 100 grams of banana, 1 scoop of protein, 22 grams of powdered peanut butter with some almond milk kind of mixed in. That is the spread that is on the rice cake, as well as a banana on top right there. Overall calories for this are 462. Let's go in for a little bit of a taste test, shall we?
All right, now I realize that at the end of every single, full day of eating video, I go over my macros. Now that's really just for people that care about like tracking macros. Personally, I don't track my macronutrients. I really just care about my overall calories, and this video is a really good reason why. When I picked up the camera to actually start filming this video, I was just filming a full day of eating, and then at the end of the video, I'm like, these macros don't make any sense. But the more I kind of looked at it, they kind of do make sense, and it's a good reason why I don't track macros at all, because it's certain days like this where, like, if I were to try and track macros or like hit a certain kind of like macronutrient goal rather than just focus on my overall calories and having sufficient protein, then a day like this would definitely throw me off. And obviously what I'm doing right now, talking to the camera, is being filmed on a different day than this actual video, so.
That protein and powdered peanut butter mixture, so good of a spread on here. As well as we have some pre-workout on the side right here. For today's workout, we have some back and biceps going down today. We're gonna eat this, drink this pre-workout, kind of just get ready for a little bit, and then we'll see you guys at the gym.
Now, obviously, to build muscle, you need 3 things. You need water, you need protein, and you need energy. And as far as like outside of like those things, when it comes to like training, you need a stimulus to actually grow the muscle. So when it comes to the first 3 things though, water, energy, and protein protein in itself is very easy to obviously hit. I mean, we realistically only really need 0.5 to 0.8 grams of protein to build muscle. When you have like carbs and fats, it has a protein sparing effect. Overemphasizing protein, I personally think, is like not necessary when it comes to building muscle, because we all eat plenty of protein on a daily basis for the most part. Unless you're like anorexic and you're not getting in just enough food in general, then yeah, you might want to focus on putting in more protein. But for the most part, we're all intaking enough protein to build muscle. The hard part, obviously, when you're dieting is like the energy part, right? Like when you get to a certain level of body fat percentage, you get super, super lean. Even when your calories are like in a like good range, the energy coming from food isn't necessarily enough, because the energy that you're storing in your body is very scarce. When you're single-digit body fat and the closer you get to a show, you don't have enough energy to really build muscle. That's why when like you're cutting, people think they're losing muscle. It's not really so you get to that single-digit body fat percentage where that tends to happen. And a day like this, where like I'm just kind of tracking my overall calories, the amount of food that I ate, I felt like fueled my workout perfectly fine. I felt strong, I felt good, I felt like I had energy. It's really towards the tail end, like the last couple of weeks of prep, where I'm not gonna necessarily feel like that. I'm probably not building muscle in the last couple of weeks of my overall prep.
I'm gonna be so pissed. Say something.
There's the reason why I haven't worked out that guy in like weeks.
Trying to hide it, getting these voices inside to stay quiet. All knew the place where all this began. Start again. Won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall
Alrighty, back from the gym, and I didn't do cardio, but we hit back and we hit some biceps, and then I actually just ate a meal. I totally forgot I was actually filming today, but we had a bag of Smart Pop popcorn, and then we had 3 wraps, kind of like what I've just usually been having on this prep. This has been kind of a go-to staple of mine, just because it keeps me full, keeps me satisfied, plenty of protein, and there's just lots of volume in there. So overall calories after this meal was 1,189 calories. We also went to go do a Costco run, so we got some groceries as well as we're moving. So I got rid of my old bed that was in my room, so we went to go pick up a new mattress as well. So kind of after the gym, I didn't really have a chance to eat, so we went and ran some errands, and then I came back and I ate. I was really hungry, so I devoured that meal. I also ate 2 plums with that. At Costco, we did a lot of shopping obviously for food, but we got a lot of fruit, and one fruit that I'm actually particularly excited for is actually this one. Let me show you. Actually, dragon fruit. I didn't know they had frozen dragon fruit at Costco, but to give you some reference, 5 ounces of dragon fruit, right, is only 80 calories. 5 ounces of dragon fruit. I've heard dragon fruit is actually a very low calorie fruit, and I'm actually really excited to have it. I've never had it before, and so you know what, actually, I'm gonna have a streamer for right now. Give me 1 second.
It's star fruit! Star fruit! Star fruit is the best!
Okay, so I might have made a mistake with the fruit situation. I remember this video that Greg made like 2 years ago. I've been watching Greg doucette for a long time, and he went over the best fruits to eat. Obviously, like watermelon, strawberries, all very low calorie dense fruits. And I remember like the #1 fruit, like the lowest calorie dense fruit, was something weird that I normally don't eat. And when I was trying to think of the video, I thought it was dragon fruit. It's actually star fruit. So it is actually a lower calorie per, I think, like 100 calorie portions of like fruit compared to like watermelon and strawberries. And when I saw the dragon fruit, I was like, oh, I think like that's what I thought it was. It's not, but we still have the dragon fruit here. And we're gonna give this a shot because I've never actually had it, but dragon fruit just sounds cooler, right? It's still fruit, it's still low calorie. It's not as high as a calorie, obviously, like a banana. Like a banana is like one of the highest calorie dense fruits, but I mean, it's still like fruit. Like I'm not gonna like get fat eating like bananas. I mean, I could, but it's just not gonna happen. But overall calories after this dragon fruit will be 1269. So this is the frozen dragon fruit. Let's give this a taste test anyways, though. It's like kind of sweet, but it almost feels like it has no flavor to it. It's just sweet, pretty much it. Honestly, it's not bad. It's just, there's not really like flavor. Anyways, that's that. I'm gonna eat this, and I will see you guys as the day rolls on. Alrighty, back here with the next meal. What we have is 5 slices of French toast with some apple slices. I had around 300 grams of apples, but like as I was cooking, I was just picking at these. Cinnamon with some Splenda on apples is like, it's such a good combination. And of course we have some anabolic blueberry French toast. Usually I have this for breakfast, but I had the rice cakes instead because I wanted like a quick pre-workout snack. I'm eating this now though. I don't know what it's been about this prep, but like fruit has been like my like ultimate craving during the prep. Like, I'm not really craving like burgers or fries. Like those things sound good from time to time, but fruit like on a daily basis consistently sounds so good to me. Tomorrow will be exactly 4 weeks out from the show, and that's like 4 weeks out is this marker where like you hit during prep, and it's like things are starting to get real now. Like those are like when real side effects start to kick in. Like your sleep starts to suck a little bit. You start getting like really hungry. Like even like voluminous meals don't necessarily fill you up. Your body is essentially getting lean enough to where it's like it's starting to just want more food at that point. Not only like are you going to the bathroom like and it's kind of ruining your sleep, but also at the same time like your body in the middle of the night will wake up because it's like you wake up in the middle of the night because like your body is just like it's starving that it wants you to go get up and get food. It's a terrible last kind of couple of weeks, but 4 weeks out is kind of usually when that marker starts to hit a little bit. Also have here a Gatorade Zero, 5 calories for this entire bottle here. Really utilize your drinks wisely. This is a lemon lime flavor. Not as good as that like cucumber flavor. That's my favorite Gatorade flavor, but this is still very good. Anyways, I'm gonna eat this. I still have 45 minutes of cardio to do. I don't know if I'm gonna do that next or have another thing before the cardio, but I'm gonna eat this and I'll see you guys as the day rolls on. Alrighty, I'm here with the last and final meal. We have our 3 open-face rice cake salmon sandwiches. For those that don't know what this is, essentially just a rice cake with some salmon like locks or skin. I have a bell pepper and then enclosed on romaine lettuce right there. So it's like an open-face rice cake salmon open-face rice cake salmon sandwich. Whoa. And then as well as 2 servings of frozen mango, or 280 grams. Overall calories to finish out the day are 2534. Overall macros are 176 protein. We have 405 grams of carbs, 67 grams of fiber, and then 26 grams of fat. Now, I will be honest with you, those macros, just saying them out loud, sound a little bit off to me. Like, I don't think I had that little of fat, and at the same time, I don't think I had that high of carbohydrates. But the calories to me actually seem fairly on point with what I've usually been eating, and it kind of just goes to show, like, sometimes when you track food and like MyFitnessPal and stuff like that, the macronutrient count can maybe sometimes be off. Like, looking at my food throughout the entire day, I'm like, did I really eat these macros for the day? Like, 26 grams of fat sounds insanely low. Anyways, it's calories in versus calories out at the end of the day, so that to me sounds good. I'm gonna enjoy this sandwich right here. Go a little bit taste test, shall we?
So obviously towards the end of this video, I'm a little bit confused because it's like those macros seemed a little bit crazy. Like, my carbs seemed pretty absurdly high and like inconsistent with what I've normally been eating, and my fats seemed very, very low to compare to like what I've normally been having as far as my fat like intake. You know, a minimum for me is usually around like 50 grams of fat, and the highest is like maybe 70, 75 grams of fat. And my carbs, you know, pretty much low 3s, high 2s, so like mid 300s. 400 was actually very surprising to me. But as I kind of reflected on the day of this eating, I realized that like during my lunch with the wraps, I had turkey like deli slices, which are super, super low in fat. And then the salmon rice cake sandwiches that I had, the one I got from Costco this time was like the lowest in fat that I could find. So that's why my fat was in fact that low that day, was because of those 2 reasons. Like, normally I have the ground bison, which is a lot higher than fat than the turkey slices, and then normally the salmon that I have is definitely a lot higher in fat as well. That is why my fats were so low. And then obviously to try and reach my overall like caloric goal that I wanted to, you know, my calories had to be added somewhere. So that is why my carbs were in fact so high as well. I had a lot more fruit that day. I had popcorn, all that good stuff, right? So that is kind of why my carbs were so high, is because my fats in fact were just so low. And this is kind of why I don't necessarily count my overall macros. Like, if I had a specific like macronutrient goal to have, like I had to have 200 protein, 300 carb, 50 fat, right? Like to be like that pinpoint accurate with your macro goal, in my opinion, is a little unnecessary. Like, all that really matters is calories in versus calories out. And like, as far as like my macros, I let them kind of do what they want. This day, obviously, like my fats were lower and my carbs were higher. But what if I had to like have a specific carb goal in mind? Like, and I accidentally overate in that, but I wanted to hit my fat goal. Well, then if I try to like, if I overseeded my carbs and I then try to like reach my fat goal, well then my calories would probably be a lot higher than what I want them to be to actually like be in a calorie deficit and lose fat at the rate that I want to. So it's okay to not count your overall macros, or just have an idea of like where your macros are, like a general kind of range. But the most important thing is sufficient protein and calories in versus calories out. So I'm more focused on my overall calories. 176 grams of protein is sufficient enough for me to keep and build muscle. And that is really why I don't count my macros. To me, it's a lot easier and a lot more efficient at sticking with this style of eating, where it's just focus on your calories, focus on your protein, and that's it. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you all enjoyed this full day of eating. Record this segment on a different day to kind of reflect on this full day of eating, because it kind of did throw me off a little bit, but it allowed me to explain why I don't count my overall macros. And maybe if you're like stressed about like trying to hit a specific protein, carb, and fat goal, then like maybe this video kind of gives you some clarity to know that like you don't have to be that pedantic when it comes to your overall weight loss and fat loss journey. It's just about calories in versus calories out. The rest kind of seems to fall into place. So once you understand that basic notion. Anyways, I'm wrapping the video up here. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new. It's been your boy Joe. Peace.